Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Justin. Back at the movies for another review. Took last week off, but I'm back. And what better way than to come back with what is widely considered to be one of the greatest movies of all time, and certainly one of the greatest sports movies of all time. Of course, I'm talking about 1976's Rocky, starring the icon Sylvester Stallone, Talia Shire, Burgess Meredith, Burt Young, and of course, Carl Weathers, who plays Apollo Creed. Now, like I said, this movie is iconic. It is widely considered by many to be one of the greatest of all time, and Rocky Balboa to be one of the greatest characters of all time. And it is. And he is. And Sylvester Stallone is iconic because of this role and other roles as well. But it's Rocky. It's, almost like rags to riches story. It takes a couple movies to get to the riches part, but it's a rags to riches story. Obviously, if you haven't seen Rocky, I mean, come on. Like, what the hell are you doing? But Rocky Balboa, club boxer, not really super talented, but he's got a will and he's got a drive, and he just finds a way to motivate himself to get from one day to the next with the people around him. And even his trainer doesn't believe in him, but he believes in himself, and by some insane luck, which is a plot hole to the movie, the world's heavyweight champion, the undefeated Apollo Creed, just happens to need a fight for New Year's during the centennial, or bicentennial rather, 200 years later, 1976. Do your math if you're not a historian. 1776, 1976, and his number one contender has dropped out of the fight, and he has this book of fighters, and just so happens to come across Rocky Balboa. The Italian stallion. What better way, to quote Creed, what better way to celebrate America than to take on one of his ancestors? And it's such a ridiculous plot point, but it doesn't matter. Because let's face it, you don't open a book to a club fighter who has 50, 60 fights, whatever it is, and lost 20 of them and give him a shot. But that's not what matters. What matters is he gets the shot. This is where he can, truly show what he's made of with the right people beside him. Whether it's the drunk Paulie, played by Burt Young, who cares about him, but he's just too stupid to get out of his own way. Mickey, who, despite having given up on him, sees him as one final shot to make something of himself. And then, of course, the love of his life, Adrian, who, played by Talia Shire, quiet, shy. And what I love about her character, and you see this as, the story progresses over the course of multiple movies, is her character becomes stronger and stronger. She's just this very shy, timid, young woman. But even in this movie, you see her start to stand up to Paulie, who's controlled her. And, she falls in love with Rocky just like he falls in love with her. And it's all these motivators that allow for him, despite being this massive underdog, to go into the fight with maybe the greatest boxer of all time in Apollo Creed, at least in the movie. I get it, he's a fake character, and hold his own, knocks the champion down, goes 15 rounds, and despite losing, which, controversial, he very well could have won that fight. Maybe he even did win that fight, but he doesn't care. He went 15 rounds with the champion, and, obviously iconic scenes like his eye completely shut. I can't see nothing. You got to cut open my eye. And Mickey slices, his eye open, calls out for Adrian. and they embrace at the end. It doesn't matter what the outcome of the fight was. He fought 15 rounds with the best, and it's so simple and pure, and it's so beautifully directed. And say what you want, Sylvester Stallone, when he wants to, when he's in the right roles, is a fantastic actor. And everybody else, Carl Weathers, is just this physical specimen that is just iconic as Apollo Creed. He's iconic, and the movie is iconic. Now, it is iconic. It's the first one. Is it the best Rocky? I'm going to say no, but it's the most iconic Rocky. It's a lot how I feel about the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. The original one is an icon, but I like the third one better. I actually think I like the third one better in the Rocky franchise. Even the second one, albeit the fight is so much more one-sided in Rocky 2, but it's still an iconic movie. It is the icon of the franchise because it's the first one. And, I do have to agree with it being one of the greatest movies of all time. And because of that, I've always said, if you're in the 9s, you're one of the greatest movies of all time. And Rocky is in the 9s. Rocky is a 9.2, just because of the plot hole. It doesn't go higher. But 1976 is Rocky, one of the greatest movies of all time. 9.2 is my score. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. And I will see you guys next time at the movies. Take care.